Alright, Mr. Rapman King here. Today we're going through each one of my Magic the Gathering decks. These right here were pre-made. I bought them on Amazon, I believe. I bought these at a comic book store, these on Amazon. Pre-made decks, starter decks, you know, it's just fun to use right off the rip if you know how to play or teaching a friend how to play, which I've done. This is my deck I made. Let me fix there we go. Yeah, this is my deck I made. And it's a blue-red, and it's a counter deck. Show a few cards here. See Essence Scatter. See, I mean, you're already seeing some counter decks and some direct and instant damage. There's a bunch of instants in here. This token is a goblin token as well. I use this, I have goblins. But it's from 2026, Lorwyn, I believe. That's how you pronounce it. And we're just going to shove this card right back in here because we play with these cards. I get people collect cards and all that. I collect them. I have, which is rookie numbers for some people, but like 1,500 cards. And all of them are going to be used. I will put up the really good ones and all that eventually, but they're meant to be played. We are going to look at each one of the main cards of these decks. I believe these are the ones that they're built around and are good with these cards. So we'll start with, there we go, Cloud, Planet's Champion, legendary creature, human soldier mercenary, mythic rare. Here we go, Sephiroth's Planet's Heir, legendary creature, human avatar soldier, mythic rare. We got Bria, Riptide Rogue, legendary creature, Otter Rogue, mythic rare. Here we got, I hope I'm saying this right, Byrick, Long Ear of the Law, legendary creature, Rabbit Soldier. Now this is my favorite deck of all the ones I've gotten, and I got it because of that reason. And being the name of the channel and everything, you know I would like this deck the most, and it is my favorite deck besides my counter deck, but we'll get into that. Let's start with Cloud, Planet's Champion here. We already read all that stuff. I've not played Final Fantasy much. I can't remember which one, but it was on the 360. It came with like 4 discs, 2 different cases, 1 and 2. But I know Cloud. I mean, most people know the characters, but I don't really know much about it. Let's get into this one. So during your turn, as long as Cloud is equipped, it has double strike and indestructible. Alright, so get this. This creature deals both first strike and regular combat damage. Now, pay attention here. Damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy this creature. And then equipped abilities you activate that target Cloud costs 2 less to activate. That's a good one. But right here, damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy this creature. Alright, I have only been playing for a handful of years. There's some super veterans out there that can explain it more, but it just said damage and effects that say, you see that right? Destroy. Don't destroy this creature. So if I have a card, an instant that says I deal, say, 6 or 7 damage to this creature, it doesn't say destroy, it would still destroy it, even though indestructible. So let me know that in the comments down below. I just want to know what anybody else says about it. But here we go. We got Cloud. Cool detail on the sword there, Buster Sword, I believe it's called. I have one in Elden Ring and a few other games. The back of it, you see it's heavily used. And we're just gonna, Final Fantasy. We're gonna open the deck box here, and we're gonna look through every single card. And we'll probably only get through one today, because I'm not gonna go through every single one and read them off, but some of them that I find interesting we're going to read off. So here we got Lightning Security Sergeant, 2 with 1 red. Menace, so this creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Pretty good card. I'll leave it here so you can read it. Little 2/3 rare. It's a good card. I have another one of these mixed up in one of my other decks, so I have to get it fixed. But Dwarven Castle Guard's a pretty good one. When it dies, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. It's a 2/1, cost 2. I mean, that's decent to have out, especially, you know, to get them tokens out to take much of the damage. Slash a Light. Here we go. So it costs 2. Slash a Light instant. Slash a Light deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of equipment you control to that target creature. So that's a really good card. If you have enough creatures out, and say you have equipment on top of those creatures, you're doing double damage to maybe my rabbit burrow that can get a +7/+7 and start building on other creatures and eventually be a 14 or something like that. And you have 7 creatures with 7 equipment on it. I mean, you're destroying it. So, item shop keep. Some good planes, basic lands, full art. Some of you guys might know what games these are from and all that. That looks like one of the first games or something. That's cool. I like that one. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings. This is a good card too. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until the artifact leaves the battlefield. That's a good one, especially if the other person doesn't have a card to get rid of this one. Then that card just tap and add 1 planes. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. The Crystals Chosen create. Okay, this is a good one right here. All right, let's restart here. Let's sit these down. Let's restart here. The Crystals Chosen. Now it costs 5, 6, 7. Create 4 1/1 heroless creature tokens. Then put a +1/+1 on each creature you control. That is a darn good card. And if it's played right and played near the beginning and all this other stuff like that, right after you get enough land, this is going to be a great card to use right here. Big damage, big damage. Reach, don't know how to say it, so I'm not going to say it. I'll let you guys look at it. Little 3/5, cost 5. Here we go. Flying. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So that means it stays there. So it just has another one of your creatures has a +1/+1 on it. That's a good card. Okay, here we go. Judgment Bolt deals 5 damage to target creature, which is big numbers. Big numbers. And X damage to that creature's controller, where X is the number of equipment you control. Like I said a minute ago, if you had 7 equipment out and you have them equipped and all this other stuff, you're dealing major damage to the other player as long as you can get it out. That's a good card, and it's a rare. That's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good creature. Just pull out for some, blocking damage. A 2/2. Tap target non-enchanted creature. Same right there. I believe I played this game for like 20 minutes. My buddy, the Flying Hammy, I call him Racing Mason. He would know more about these right here. Got Suplex, choose one, deal damage 3 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exiled instead, which is good. Or exile target artifact. Those are good cards. Targets a tap creature. Okay, blah blah blah. Destroy target non-land permanent. Alright. Another one of those. Here we go. Jump. During your turn, it's got flying. That's a great thing to have. And it only costs 1. That is amazing. Tap and add mana. Spend this mana only to cast an equipment spell or activate an equipment ability. Now I'm gonna have to let the Flying Hammy know about that one, because that'd be good to know. Here's an artifact. Dragoon's Lance. Job select. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 as a knight in addition to other types. During your turn, equipped creature has flying. Oh my god, I can't talk. That is great. And it only costs 4 more to activate. That's great. Slash of Light again, that's a good one. Another Plains. Samurai's Katana, costs 3. +2/+2, has Trample and Haste, and is a samurai in addition to other types. Costs 5 to equip. Not too bad. Got Cloudbound Mogul again. Moogle? I don't know. I'm not sure. Outerbert Steiner. Am I saying these things correct? If not, let me know. I'm not sure. Cost 2. Lifelink. That's a great one. Lifelink is amazing to have. Gets a +1/+1 for each equipment you control. Again, like I said, if you had 7 equipment out, if you were able to get that far into the game, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I believe the Flying Hammy has had 2 or 3 at a time on here before and could have kept going too. So, I mean, that's a good one. And Lifelink, awesome. Ultima Weapon, here we go. Rare, cost 7 though. That's a lot. Whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target creature and opponent controls. You see that, right? Destroy target creature and opponent controls. That is freaking ridiculous. Equipped creature gets +7/+7. To equipped it is 7. If you had 14 land out, you could play this immediately. That's a great card right there. All right, here we go. Barrett Wallace. Reach. Whenever he attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending player. See, here we go again. This is a great equipment deck. White Mage's Staff. +1/+1, and whenever this creature attacks, you gain 1 life. And is a cleric in addition to other types. That is amazing. Every time it attacks, you gain life. You could be stacking. Another Dwarven Castle Guard. Here's a dual land. It's pretty cool. Let me know what game that's from. Not sure. Warrior Sword. +3/+2, and is a warrior. It's not bad. That right there reminds me of a Dragon Ball. Not sure why. Let me know what these are from, guys. Rosa, Resolute White Mage. Costs 4. Rare. Reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains lifelink until the end of turn. There we go again with the lifelink. Might start getting into doubles here soon. Here we go. Yep, that's another double, I think. Vigilance doesn't tap when attacking. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may attach any number of equipment you control to target creature you control. Self-explanatory then. Item shop keeps. Alright, this might be it for this. Here's the hero tokens. I'm assuming these are all just races and classes you can get in the game. And obviously all these are foil. Sephiroth, Planetaire. Vigilance. When he enters, creatures your opponent controls gets -2/-2 until the end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Sephiroth. He's already a 4/4. He costs 4, 5, 6. Alright, almost 7. He's a 4/4. Say you kill 2 of my creatures. That's +2/+2. 6, 6. Say you get another one, 7, 7. It just keeps building up, especially if I only have, say, 1/1 tokens and I'm down health and I don't want to, you know, start over. So, that's a good card. Now, I didn't mention on the Cloud deck or anything, but these are heavily used cards and they're meant to be played. So, let's go through this one right here. All right. some of these names, if I can't pronounce them, I'm not going to say them. So cost 3. Whenever this creature enters, mill 3 cards and you gain 3 life. To mill 3 cards, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Great card. You just lose 3 cards, but if you have a card that brings one back from the graveyard, then you're great. We got Magic Scythe, whatever. 4. When this equipment enters, you may attach it to target creature you control. If you do, that creature gains first strike until the end of turn and must be blocked this turn to Fable. Gets a +2/+1. That's alright. Got another one of those. It's an island. Salvagers here. Human Artificer. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Whenever this creature or another creature or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Killer card right here. Killer card. Merfolk Warrior. Cool. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and it can't be blocked this turn. Good card. Okay. What is the point of this card right here? Can anybody tell me in the comments what is the point of this card right here? That's just overkill. Okay, obviously it's overkill. That's the name of the card. But really, like, I mean, that's just a meme card. That's a meme card. Look, both of them right there. Dreams of Laguna. Just swamp. Return target creature from your graveyard to your battlefield. It has 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. See, this is what I was talking about. Good cards. Sephiroth's Intervention. Health gain card. You know, destroy target creature, you gain 2 life. That one again. Rat Tail. Whenever it dies, you create a treasure token. That's great to have, so pull out some lands. Creature enters tap. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay. If you do, return this card from your graveyard. Okay, we got whatever his name is, Dark Mage. Menace. Gets a +1/+1 for each non-creature, non-land in your graveyard. I mean, just imagine how big this 3/3 could get real quick. Destroy target creature and opponent controls, then draw a card for each creature that died this turn. I mean, come on. These are good cards if you're able to pull them out and use them correctly in game. Create a 3/3 blue robot warrior token. That's amazing. And if you cast it from your graveyard, put 2 +1/+1 counters on that token. It's a good card. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1 life. If you do, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on this one. Great card. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact, creature, or land. That's a great card. A lot of doubles, When he enters, tap all creatures your opponent controls. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Great card. Telling you, these are amazing. Flying 2/1. Whenever this card attacks, surveil 1. That's great to have. Plus being flying. Sephiroth's Intervention. I think we're about to get into the doubles here. Yep. That's going to be all she wrote, and there's the tokens. Okay, so that was the 2 Final Fantasy 2 Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering starter decks. Went through all of them. Let me know what you guys think. I know there's other ones out there that are like this. All right. Then tomorrow or another day, we will go through these decks, the Otter and the Rabbit deck. I'm really excited for those, and I'm super excited to let you guys see what is in my standard modern deck. And the reason I say that is I have cards from every era in here, 2013, early 2000s, I mean, you name it, that's in this deck, because I have so many cards. I needed to make my own deck again, and the first deck I had was made for me. It was a blue-red deck, and it was instants and goblins, and I loved it so much I made my own. So we'll go through that, and let me know what you guys think. I'm going to do these even if they don't get views or much traffic, because it's just something I enjoy. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and get ready for more on the way.